Hello, guys. I thought I'd give you a bit of an update as to what I don't normally do video in the daytime. Um, yeah, as to how things are going with the going sober thing. Um, I'm gonna say something right at the start. I thought that because like I'm not really trembling or anything, they I'm not trembling when I do things like that. But what I'm doing while the lockdown's on, I'm building this massive Lego thing, one of them Lego Technic thing. Just to occupy my mind. It's like a huge jigsaw puzzle. And when I'm trying to do the precision sort of stuff with tiny little bits of Lego, I'm getting like violent sort of tremors in my hands. Um, now I would love to show it, but I can't hold a camera and do it at the same time. But yeah, but my hand just sort of goes really bad like that when I'm trying to do fine things. I mean, okay, I can pick up something like this, but then if I try and put something in there, I don't know. It just, but it's like my hands are like steady, completely steady. Um, yeah, I'm four days in, and well, this is day four officially. Um, and I just wanted to yeah, give you an update. The last 24 hours, let's say, maybe 36 hours, day and a half up until this point, maybe. Um, my life has has kind of, it's been like a helter skelter. Um, Kind of climb to the top and then you get pushed down. Um, Actually, yeah. So all that hard work and then you end up at the bottom again. And yesterday was particularly I'm not going to go into specifics or anything like that. Yesterday was particularly stressful because I I was happy in the morning first thing, then I got some bad news, then I got some good news, and the good news seemed to carry on, and then this morning I got some bad news. But kind of through, and the day before I had bad news as well on top of good news. Although the good news and bad news are related. It's where one minute you get the good news, and then all of a sudden they give you the bad news. It's like giving you a prize and taking it away. And although it kind of hit me hard, um, a lot with the pain in the chest and everything. Not once have I thought about having a drop of alcohol. I'm I'm kind of staying on the straight and narrow. I thought it's quite good because ordinarily, what is it now? It's like 25 to 5. Ordinarily, it'd be like, okay, I'll have a drink now. I've had some really bad news. I'll get shit faced tonight. But I don't want to. I'm going to. I'll probably do another video tonight if I can think of something to talk about. What I will do tonight, maybe then, is talk about uh, go back to the bipolar and BPD. Here's the thing, because I haven't had any alcohol for like 4 days, and I've been on the meds, my meds for bipolar, and yeah, I'm only on meds for bipolar. The fact that I've had some really, really bad news, which kind of rips me in two, really. You probably can't tell because I'm kind of smiling, but or as they say, I've got wind. So it was back in the day when before, because I've been doing CBT sort of things. So I've been thinking, to, you can't really do CBT efficiently on yourself, but you can, so long as someone gives you the instructions, because that's what a CBT therapist would do. So I've been doing exercises and figuring out triggers and all that kind of thing, and like the news I got this morning would ordinarily have resulted in a massive trigger for me. Um, at the moment, I've still got the like those feelings of abandonment that I spoke about before. They're still strong in me, but I don't feel the need to shout and scream. It's like when when something happens and you can't change it, um, there has to be a level of acceptance, and um, that's kind of where I'm at, I suppose. Um, I don't, I, you know, if if the answer came back, well, not an answer because I haven't asked a question. If if you went back to the good news rather than the bad news, I'm I don't know. I'm not sure whether I'd believe it again. Because that's the thing. We kind of we believe what people tell us, and we kind of um guess their reaction, their emotion, and and that influences us. And sometimes we can be kind of misled. Sometimes there is uh, actual deceit in what somebody might say, and we it's all about trying to. They're really subtle nuances, and unfortunately, I'm at the point now where I've done everything that I can um, to kind of achieve a goal in my life. I've done everything that I can. Unfortunately, uh, as as Simon Cowell would say, it's a no from me. That's what I was basically told this morning. So yeah, I'm kind of, but no alcohol. I don't really feel any need to consume any alcohol at all. I'm I'm thinking about the future. I've rang up the place where I got the car from, and they're going to arrange a time to come and pick it up because I don't really need a car. I don't really need a car because I've got nowhere to go, nobody to go with anyway. So I'm all alone in the world. Let's say I've not even seen my mate Gary for like ages. And maybe when the lockdown's over, I've got about 1,500 quid saved up. Maybe I'll get a cheap old banger or something like that if I desperately need it. I mean, you can get shopping delivered, and other than that, I don't really go anywhere. Um, that's one of the things about being a sad, single, lonely old man. But yeah, I'm actually, although nobody else would probably say it. Actually, my sister did say it this morning. Um, I'm I'm proud of myself for actually not succumbing to the temptation. As I've said before, I've got there's half a bottle of whiskey on the optics on the wall. Um, to be fair, that's the first time I've looked at it for about 3 or 4 days, and I think the last time I looked at it was because I was pointing it out in another video. Um, so the temptation is there. I need the temptation there because I need to know that. Um, I look at it and think, no, I can't be bothered. I don't really want to do that. How do you deal with disappointment when it's when you can't do anything about it? When I it's like I'm not going to tell you what this is all about anyway, but let's say it's like uh like when it comes to love or something like that. I mean, the same sort of thing probably applies to uh maybe applying for a job, but you put your best case forward. You probably share all of your emotions. You put it all those emotions into that application form, let's say, um, and the decision is made, and you don't get the job. And I mean, that's the same with love. You can only say how you feel about something. You can't. Um, Other than that, you can't actually influence um, somebody else's feelings, somebody else's emotions. They have to take their keys from you know from you, from people around them, from the wider society, and I'm kind of at that level of yeah. It's kind of acceptance. Don't get me wrong. When I got like the email this morning saying no, sorry, it's bad news. I was yeah, devastated. I just woke up actually. I think it was about 9 o'clock. That's another thing. Um, I'm going to sleep earlier, and I am actually sleeping because the meds I take knock me out about an hour after take them anyway. Um, and as a consequence, I'm waking up early as well. Well, early for me, so like 9 o'clock ish. And that's when uh, I received like the email. I read it and thought, oh fuck, you know. Um, and yeah, it's just been a massive kind of up and down thing, emotion wise and everything. And uh, it just it proves that sometimes just because you've got a fear of abandonment that's mixed with your mental health, it doesn't mean to say that you're not going to get abandoned. And that's something I've got to I've got to deal with. I'll do a bit of CBT stuff tonight as well. Um, and and when this lockdown is over, I'm going to go and see my counsellor. She can kind of get in my headspace and everything, and uh, she tells me off. You know, if I if I'm getting stuck. So that's the thing with counselling. When you have therapy, there's a point where you get stuck, and there's nothing. You can't get past a certain thing. Like I've got a friend that's obsessed with an ex that he had like I don't know 10 years ago or something. Um, I would I love him as a mate. I think he's I've known him for like 20 odd years, and we've done so much fun things together. But there's no way I'd want him as a client if I was a counsellor because he'd just get stuck. Um, yeah, so I don't think I'm going to actually he said to me as well this morning that he didn't use the phrase that he's proud of me, but he basically said he said something like, and well, I'm not giving his name away anyway, but I don't think he'd mind if I shared it. He said something like when I said like I'm just staying sober, I'm not, you know, life's really fucking shit at the moment. And but I'm not touching the alcohol. I don't really want to. Not don't really want to. I just don't want to. I just don't feel the need. And he come back and said it had made him quite emotional because he thought I was going to hit the self destruct button, which is what I generally do when I get bad news. And I mean, the times when I've hit it in the past, the self destruct button, I've done some incredibly dangerous things, some incredibly stupid things. I've mixed with uh, like dangerous people, um, and yeah, I don't feel the need to push the self destruct button anymore. Um, I'm not saying that you know I I don't know if I'm going to fall off the wagon or anything like that. I'm hoping that I won't. Um, if what has happened over the last couple of days hasn't driven me to drink, then I don't think anything will, to be honest. And you know, I I still look around at like at a wedding reception or something like that where people are drinking coke and just think, oh, you boring bastard. Um, but it's not. Um, my best mate doesn't drink alcohol. Occasionally he'll have a Southern Comfort, but as a rule, and the rule is normally, let's say, 362 days out of the year, he won't touch alcohol at all. When we meet up, we normally have a coffee. We used to meet up in a pub. I'd have a couple of pints, 2 or 3 pints. He'd have like a J2O, and we'd just have like a chat for an hour and a half. Um, but I can still do that once the lockdown's over. I'm looking forward to seeing him again because I have not seen him in ages, absolutely ages. And we got plans to do some work together. We we well, my friend is a comedian, and so we've filmed sketches and stuff like that. It's something just to do for a laugh, and we're looking at getting back in that. We've got another person coming on board as well, so that'll be fun. Um, and yeah, I have got good stuff to look forward to. Um, I'm not going to say that I'm probably not going to feel a bit tearful or emotional at some point tonight. You know, I'm going to cook myself something to eat in a bit, I say cook, I mean heat up. There's no, I'm living here by myself. There's no point in cooking, is there? Really, it's just like a waste of time. You just make all these pots and pans. Because what I've done is I've ordered Aunt Bessie's roast potatoes and Aunt Bessie's Yorkshire puddings. And I'm just gonna bung them in the oven. There's no mess. Normally, I love making Yorkshire puddings because it's that thing where you go, I wonder if they're gonna rise, and they do generally. But yeah, so I have got stuff to look forward to in the not so distant future, but that's probably not going to stop me from having a few tears, in between now and then when I'm kind of when you feel like you want to cry and you get like a pain sort of here, and then it's going to go up to your eyes, and then that's probably why your nose runs as well. But I'm just getting a little twinge there, but I'm not going to cry live on YouTube because that's just ridiculous. Actually, I did cry one time on YouTube when I read a poem out that I'd written for my mum. But yeah, it's one of the things where I feel really shit, really, really shit. But I'm not letting it drag me down. Whereas ordinarily it would do. It'd either drag me down or I would, go off the deep end. And that's the same thing, isn't it? No, I'd basically get a bit pissed off. And to be fair, yeah, maybe I'm pissed off at being kind of misled and uh, uh, kind of. I'm trying to think of a diplomatic term, but basically, I don't know, bullshitted to sort of thing. Um, and so I feel a little bit pissed off. Also, I feel a bit upset. And but it's not dragging me right down. I'm not being dragged down to the ground. I'm looking how long I've been off. I'm gonna if I haven't stopped before 20 minutes, I'm gonna stop at 20 minutes. Because I want to get myself something to eat. Um, yeah, so I'm not letting it drag me down. That's the key thing. I'm not turning to alcohol. That's for me. That's really good. Um, but yeah, so I suppose with the disappointment of the news that I got this morning, I just thought, well, you know what, I don't need my car, so I'll just send it back. I don't need it. As I said at the start of the video, I got uh, nowhere to go, nobody to go with me, so it's been a fantastic toy. I was speaking to my mate last night and was saying about talking about midlife crises because I'm 51, and I you might say that I got that car and because I was going through a midlife crisis. At that point, I think I've said before in videos, my wife had left me. And I think I needed to pick me up, and plus I was going manic, so that's what whenever I go manic, buy a new car, and it's made me feel good just driving that car, and I've driven it all through the lockdown to different places. Yeah, I don't really obey the law. I obey some rules. I don't speed generally, but yeah, so the car's going to go back. I don't know when they're going to pick it up. They're going to let me know. And I suppose that I'll just remain in this house until the lockdown is over, and then I can move into a shiny new bungalow. Hopefully, I've not heard back from the housing association, even though I've emailed them 3 times. They fucking well ring me up whenever they want the rent. But the people that deal with moves and shit like that, I don't think they're working. I don't know. I think the people that are in the rent department. The last time I rang up to pay my rent, they were doing it from home. So anyway, I don't know. So I don't know when I'm going to move. But I don't need a car to move. It's only just round the corner, and I'm going to hire some removals people anyway. I don't want to be lifting all that shit. One of my friends, it was actually one of my exes, said to me this morning. So we're having a chat, and I told her that I was giving up alcohol, um, and yeah, she was saying you'll feel a lot better, and I think I will. there's no chance of me getting back with her. She's with a boyfriend, and plus we don't even flirt. Um, yeah, so I am going to feel better. I've put on weight, and I keep saying that, and I keep saying some of it's down to the Seroquel, but I cannot deny the fact that probably 95% of it is down to drinking beer. So hopefully I'll lose a bit of my belly. I'm going to monitor it, because if I start to, because I'm overweight, if I start to see I don't know, loose skin, then what I'll do is I think, fuck it, I'm going to have to eat sweets just to keep it at that kind of level, because I don't want I see these on these my 600 pound life or whatever it's called, and the people on there. I mean, obviously I'm not 600 pounds. I'm 12 stone. I don't know what that is in pounds. 10 stone is 140. Add 28 to it, 168. Well, what? Yeah, I'm basically a quarter the way there, just over. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna feel better because I've got to lose weight. I I can exercise around the village. I mean, from where I'm going to move to, I can walk around the village and walk back, and it's not going to be a massively long walk, but it'll just get me out of the house, or the flat, because I am gonna, although I'm not really embracing this 2 bedroom house at the moment, because there are boxes all over the place with stuff in. Um, I am going to feel kind of cramped in like a 1 bedroom flat. Um, one of my friends, he's an ex prisoner, um, a really nice guy. I met quite a few nice people when I was working in the prison service, and most of them were wearing prison issue tracksuits. But yeah, he got, when he came out of prison, he got resettled, and they've put him in like it's a 1 bedroom flat, but I think it's on the second or third floor, and he he said to me, excuse me, the first time I went around there, it's kind of depressing and oppressive, uh, like being stuck in such a small space. Um, and to be honest, I did think, yeah. I mean, he said to me something like he's replaced one prison cell with another. Of course, he's got a little bit more room, but that's what it's going to be like. I'm going to be pretty much stuck in, because the there are essentially 2 rooms and a bathroom, and one room is a bedroom, and the other room is a kitchen, a tiny, tiny dining area, and a tiny, tiny lounge. And I've got two sofas, but I don't even know if I'm going to be able to fit them in there. I've not seen it yet. I'm hoping that the housing association is going to take me around. I've just realised I've gone over the 20 minutes. Sorry. Um, yeah. Anyway, I might be back on later on tonight. But maybe just to give you an update, because I think today I'm going to be up and down emotionally. That's just the way it is. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put something in the oven to heat up, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to attempt to carry on building that Lego model, even though I've got the shakes and everything. Oh, it actually feels like I've literally got something wrong with me. I can't control my hands. They're like, oh, I'll, I might try and video it a bit later on, and then I might show it tonight. Because I've got no shame. I might as well tell you all of my and show you all of my darkest secrets. Actually, I haven't got any. I like watching gore videos on the internet. That's about it. um, Makes me feel better about my life. Right, look, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll just say thank you for tuning in. If you've got any questions about how I'm feeling, and how I'm coping with my topsy turvy life and everything, just leave them in the comments and I'll try and reply. I don't think anybody ever leaves comments apart from at 24 seconds, and there's some kind of pornographic message, spam on YouTube. Anyway, it's almost 25 minutes. Thank you for watching. I'll speak to you a bit later, and take care. Look after yourselves.